Hi, I'm Sarah Thorpe.
And I'm Suki Rob Wilder.
This is Sonoma County Measure I. You'll see it on your ballot as Sonoma County Child Care and Children's Health Initiative and Sales Tax. It's an initiative statute. Suki, what question does Measure I ask voters?
Measure I asks, shall the county impose a 1/4% sales tax to help fund childcare, early childhood education, and other healthcare services for low and middle income children?
Can you give us some background for Measure I?
Yes. Since the pandemic, there's been a loss of both in-home childcare and childcare centers. There are now fewer spaces for children. Also, many childcare providers have left the field because of the low pay. And for the past 25 years, the state tobacco tax revenue has been dedicated to early childhood development. But this revenue is declining. As a result, local child local community-based services will be cut significantly in 2025 and beyond.
What's the current status of childcare in Sonoma County?
The state and county provide a range of services to families based on income and age of child through local organizations. But last fall, only 1 in 4 children were ready for kindergarten when they entered school, and there are continuing disparities along racial, ethnic, and economic lines. About 7,800 children are enrolled in daycare and preschool programs, but that's down from nearly 12,800 before the pandemic.
What does Measure I propose?
Measure I proposes adding a 1/4% sales tax that will remain in effect until it is ended by voter approval. After administrative expenses, 60% of the annual revenue, that's about $18.2 million, will go to increase access to childcare and early childhood education for low income families. And 40% of the revenue, about $12.2 million, will prioritize access to physical and mental health services for children affected by homelessness, neglect, or trauma. It will also improve wages and training for child care providers.
Who will oversee the funds?
The funds will be administered by the First Five Sonoma County Commission, collaborating with a community advisory council. Funds will be audited annually by an independent auditor.
What will be the fiscal impact?
Well, the countywide sales tax rate now is 8.5%. If this measure passes, the rate will increase to 8.75%. And the rate will be higher in cities and in areas that have their own sales taxes.
What are supporters saying?
Supporters say this funding is desperately needed. Sonoma County has lost more than 40% of childcare related funding due to wildfire, the pandemic, and the declining tobacco tax revenue. They also say these much needed funds will allow Sonoma County to support families, children, and childcare service providers.
And what do the opponents say?
No arguments are listed to date.
Can you tell us about campaign financing?
Yes, as of September 3rd, $460,000 has been contributed in support of Measure I, and there are no reported contributions in opposition.
So, in conclusion, what does a yes vote and a no vote mean?
A yes vote means that you approve increasing the county-wide sales tax by 1/4%, and a no vote means you oppose increasing the sales tax.
Thank you, Suki.
Thank you, Sarah.